Welcome to the Lanyap, a little something extra for your health, your family, and your future. Hosted by Caroline Badon, wife, mama, fitness and wellness guru, fashion and iced coffee lover, and the marketing director and podcaster for the Fussell Group. This podcast is your go-to for real conversations, expert insight, and the heart behind the Fussell Group's mission. Because life's not just about getting by, it's about showing up with purpose and serving the community with what matters. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Lanyap, where we give you a little something extra to help you learn and grow as an insurance agent. And today I am here with one of our very own insurance agents, Allison Bourque. Allison, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Caroline, for having me.
I'm so excited you're here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AEP and how, as an agent, you start to prepare.
Think of it like preseason for a football game. You know, the NFL, they start practicing way before the games start in the fall, right? So it's kind of the same thing when it comes to insurance. You have to organize yourself. You have to make sure that you are marketing yourself already. So that way when AEP comes, it's no shock when you're out in the community. It's a natural transition and you're already there.
Right, you're ready and you're prepared. Right. All right, so let's kind of get into the nitty gritty. As an agent yourself and as a leader of a team, what are 3 things that you suggest an agent should kind of line up and get ready before AEP?
Well, the first thing that I like to do is organize my book of business. So you kind of look at all of your people and kind of see who's turning 65, who's staying put, who's not happy with what's happening. Collect your scope of appointments now.
Yes.
Start working ahead, automate that, try to work ahead. And so that way you're not struggling to do that later on.
Right.
Look at your own training. Have you done the AHIP? It just came out.
Yes.
Have you done your carrier certifications, your continuing education credits, and all the new things with compliance? You look at your carriers also. Are you familiar with the enrollment platforms? Are you familiar with the plans?
That's a good one. The enrollment platforms, because when you get into enrollment and then you don't know how to work the system.
Right. You don't want to sit there for the first time, with somebody new, right?
Right. No, that's a good point.
You want to be familiar with it.
Right.
So, with all the things that are changing with formularies and networks, you want to make sure you're very familiar before you sit down with your client. And also, you want to make sure that you are plugged in with what's new and what's happening.
Yes.
So join the trainings that we have. I mean, yes, I've been selling Medicare for a while, but I'm jumping on the coffee call talks on Mondays and I'm still learning things. Yeah. And, there's little tidbits that are coming out that people may not know.
You're never too smart to learn something new.
That's right. That's right. And that AEP kickoff is a good one, though. That's one of my favorite events of the year.
We make it a big deal. So talking about the AEP kickoff, but for those who don't know, it's not just a normal training. It's a full-blown event with energy, strategy, vision setting, lots of hype, lots of fun, giveaways, music, all the things. And every year we have a theme. Tell other agents why our AEP kickoff matters.
I like it because I think it's like a one-stop shop. Like you go to one meeting and you'll hear from all of the carriers, you'll hear from some of the ancillary people, you get all of the info that you're going to need to make your AEP successful. So when you leave, you have a plan.
Right.
You've gotten all of the information that you need all in one day.
Right.
And that way, if I'm a little shaky on some of the carriers, if I want to go to another training back in Lafayette, where I'm from, I can do that. But I can also choose not to if I'm already familiar with it. So it's easy.
And the energy, like it just gets you so excited and so ready. And then you get to collaborate with the other Fussell Group agents, which is cool, and the carrier reps and all the things. It's like a whole day event and it's a blast. I don't think I've ever left an AEP kickoff without feeling like I could just take on the world. Like
that's right. The energy from the other agents. So I'm like, oh wow.
And last year's theme was Friends, which was so much fun and it was adorable. But this year's
even better.
Let's just say ESPN has entered the chat.
That's right. I like it.
All right, so let's talk mindset. We know AEP can be overwhelming. What's your advice to help agents stay grounded and confident in AEP? Because it is overwhelming and it can be very intimidating because it's a very busy time.
That's right. Well, first off, because it can be very overwhelming in the thick of it, right? So I like to give myself some grace, and that's easier said than done.
Right.
You know, so grace, but you need some grit, because you're going to have to just grin and bear it. You have how many days? Is it 57 days? You have to make the most of every single one of those days.
Exactly.
And if some things go wrong, you know, you're doing the best you can. But remember why you're doing this. We're building relationships. We're not selling plans. We're protecting people's health and peace of mind. And
it all starts with why.
That's right. And they're becoming part of our family, really. So it kind of brings it to a whole nother level, and it makes it easier.
Offering our clients the gold standard of insurance when it comes to the way that they're treated and the way that we help guide them through the process is really the most important part of the Fussell Group. And I think that's, we can say, because you're a team leader as well, that's how we train our agents, is to be that way. Being compassionate and thorough with these people, because it's so confusing. And no one deserves to be taken advantage of, especially when it comes to health insurance.
That's right.
So I think that's one of the number one things that we like to preach about the Fussell Group is we are the gold standard of insurance, because it's not about just making sales here.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, I also would like to touch a little bit on your experience as an agent. How long have you been an agent? What is maybe a story or an experience you'd like to tell to fellow agents? Maybe something that you pushed through, or like an aha moment or a win for you and your client, something to share, something fun.
So I've been an agent for 5 years. I started in Georgia, and then I came to Lafayette, which is where I'm from, but I didn't know anybody
Right.
in the insurance world. So I was really kind of starting from zero. And I ran into I was at a health resource fair, and the lady says, "You have to come talk to my son. You have to come talk to my son Monday at 10 or whatever day." And I said, "Okay." And I'm thinking, this isn't going to happen. You know, like, I don't think it's going to. So sure enough, I show up, and there he is, and he's confined to a bed. And he's very discouraged. And he had been trying to get a bariatric wheelchair, and his doctor wasn't returning his call. And he couldn't even get to the doctor. He'd have to call an ambulance every time he went to and from. And he was paying out of pocket for that.
Right.
Because the transportation provided by his insurance carrier didn't afford, you know, the people, the drivers couldn't help.
Right.
You know, you have to get in and out yourself. So so I set him up an appointment with Centerwell, and I said, "Okay, you need an ambulance to get there and to get home, but hopefully we'll get that prescription for a wheelchair." And so while they were at the doctor's office, his sister texted me and said he's crying because he said he's never felt so heard before.
Oh.
And then the next couple of days, she sent me a picture of him sitting outside in his wheelchair.
Is that the best feeling?
Yes, and he's since lost almost 100 pounds. He's only 28 years old, and he's now getting therapy, and he's walking around. And
you've changed his life.
From showing up for that one lady that says, "You need to see my son," and I was like, I get the goosebumps just thinking about it.
That's what makes it all worth it. And that's why our job is just as amazing as it is, because you can literally change a life within an hour appointment.
That's right.
Someone just needs help.
That's right.
And that's what we're here for.
Right. And actually, after this, I'm going to see one of my clients who is down the road at a nursing facility. It was his birthday, and I had got him a gift that wasn't delivered in time. And I had brought my mom to his birthday party. And when we were driving home, my mom says, "You know, I think insurance is so boring, but I see why you like it now, because it's not about the insurance."
Right.
I said, "You're right.
It's about helping.
It's about the people."
I agree.
And it's about helping the people. So,
I agree.
And that is what it is.
Well, Allison, thank you so much for being here. This was fantastic. And I know there are some agents out there that will listen to this and be like, "Okay, aha, thank you. Now I know what I need to do to prepare for AEP."
That's right. And actually use social media too.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. Get your automations in check. Do that all now, because we have a little slow period now with no SEPs.
Yes.
Really, so.
Yes. Now's the time to prep.
That's right.
So, Allison, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much,
I really
Caroline.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You're always bring the clarity and the heart of the business, and like all the things that agents need to know, but also like the sweet spots with the clients. It's just, you're great at what you do.
Well, thank you.
We're glad to have you a part of our team.
I appreciate you.
You heard it here first. Now is the time to get ready for AEP. And if you need a team by your side, call the Fussell Group and join our team. We'd love to have you. Thank you for joining, and stay golden. Thanks for joining us on the Lagniappe. We hope today gave you the little something extra that you needed. Be sure to subscribe, share this with a friend, and follow us on social at FGIALA for more tools to live well and make the right decisions for your health and future. Until next time, stay golden, stay the course, and never forget, we'll be there for you.